Hello and welcome to VVN News. I'm Meg Wallace.
And I'm Eliza Hyman. Thanks so much for watching. Good news for TikTok fans. The Trump administration has reached an agreement with China to keep TikTok operational in the United States.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said a tentative deal has been reached and President Trump will meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping Friday to finalize it. Bessent said the priority has been making sure the deal is fair for the Chinese and completely respects U.S. concerns about national security. A bipartisan bill signed into law by former President Joe Biden last year banned TikTok in the U.S. unless its China-based owner, ByteDance, sold the social media company to an owner in the U.S. However, President Trump has delayed the ban several times.
News data shows it's harder for recent college grads and teenagers to find a job. VVN News reporter Preston Bennett joins in the studio with more. Preston?
Thanks, Eliza. Younger Americans looking for work are having trouble getting hired in today's job market. Their unemployment rate is more than twice the overall rate for the U.S. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the overall jobless rate for 16 to 24-year-olds climbed to 10.5% in August, the highest it's been in nearly 4 years. When looking at just 20 to 24-year-olds with a bachelor's degree and higher, unemployment climbed to 9.3% last month. That's up from a little over 4% in April. Some economists suspect AI may be playing a role in all this. An expert with Charles Schwab says it's a low hiring, low firing environment that has disproportionately hit new college grads. He said the impact of AI is being felt on that group, especially as companies start turning to it to save money. Reporting in the studio, I'm Preston Bennett. Back.
Thanks, Preston. Turning to campus news, the Falcon Food Pantry is holding its first donation drive of the school year. Donations will be accepted September 29th through October 24th. The drive will be collecting non-perishable food and hygiene items. Donation bins will be set up across campus at the buildings listed on your screen. Members of the UM community have the chance to improve sustainability efforts on campus.
Proposals for the Green Fund are now being accepted. Up to $30,000 is available for sustainability-related projects at UM. Projects can be proposed by students, staff, or faculty. Proposals can be submitted to sustainability@montevallo.edu by October 1st. For proposal guidelines and questions, contact Dr. Lee May. Remember, there's always more news 24/7 on our social media pages. Just search for VVN News on Instagram, Facebook, and X.
Still ahead on VVN News, as temperatures rise across the globe, see what it could mean for your health and your sweet tooth in the future.
Plus, rebrand gone wrong after Cracker Barrel backtracks on their new logo. Find out what other decisions they're backing out on. Welcome back to VVN News. In this week's health headlines, September is National Suicide Prevention Month. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. and affects millions of people.
But current treatment for suicidal depression can come with risks. Reporter Mandy Gaither shows us how scientists are studying a different way to help patients in today's Health Minute.
In the U.S., it's a major public health concern. The CDC says there was one death by suicide every 11 minutes in 2023, and the agency reports nearly 13 million adults seriously thought about suicide, with 1.5 million attempts in that year.
Many suicides are preventable.
Dr. Brian Barnett is co-principal investigator of the Cleveland Clinic site of a study looking into treatment options for those who have severe suicidal depression. Currently, treatment options include psychotherapy, prescription medications, and in severe cases when other options aren't working, electroconvulsive therapy or ECT may be used.
Which is the gold standard treatment for depression and suicidal ideation.
Barnett and other researchers are also looking into ketamine as another potential treatment option. It's currently FDA approved only for use as an anesthetic.
And then about 25 years ago, we learned that it could actually be used to treat treatment-resistant depression as well as suicidal thoughts. And the study that we're doing is looking at those two treatments head to head to see whether ketamine delivered intravenously is as effective as ECT.
Barnett says research results won't be known for years, but the study is currently ongoing at several sites across the U.S. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
One is having thoughts of harming yourself. You can get free confidential help 24 hours a day by calling or texting the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. The number is 988. To receive help on campus, you can call counseling services at the number on your screen.
In other health news, as the earth warms, Americans are choosing to eat and drink more foods with sugar in them. Researchers at Cardiff University tracked a number of American families for 15 years. They found that as temperatures warmed, people chose more sugary products like sodas, juice, and ice cream. Scientists warn that if global warming continues at its current rate, people will likely increase their sugar consumption by nearly 3 grams a day. Eating more sugar can contribute to health problems, including heart disease and diabetes. Nearly half of people with diabetes around the world don't know they have it. That's according to a new study of over 200 countries that found 44% of people aged 15 and older with diabetes are undiagnosed. Researchers found younger people are much less likely to be diagnosed. Experts say early diagnosis is key because when not treated, diabetes can lead to long-term problems like chronic kidney disease, heart attacks, and strokes. Coming up in Consumer Watch, scammers targeting college students. See the warnings being issued by the Department of Education about financial aid scams.
In this week's consumer news, Apple's next generation of iPhones and wearable tech will be available this Friday.
The new iPhone marks the thinnest model ever made and brings more computing power for AI capabilities. Made from 80% recycled titanium, the iPhone Air will come in 4 colors. The new iPhone 17 features an enhanced camera. It will come in 5 colors and have improved battery life. Despite the new releases, consumers are holding on to their old smartphones for longer. Experts estimate the iPhone replacement cycle is now 4.7 years.
With the rising cost of tuition, scholarships are becoming more important for students. If you're applying for scholarships, deadlines are quickly approaching. In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has tips for applying for aid and how to avoid getting scammed.
The cost of college continues to skyrocket, with some private universities costing students close to $100,000 a year when you combine tuition and other costs. As those costs rise, more students are turning to financial aid. Last fiscal year, the U.S. Department of Education administered about $120 billion worth of federal student aid, including loans and work-study funds. Nearly 10 million students receiving it. There are several different types of financial scholarships and grants you can apply for, and experts warn to stick with legitimate government websites. The site for the free application for federal student aid form, known as FAFSA, ends in a .gov.
Legitimate scholarships will never ask you for an upfront payment.
Melanie Roller is the head of retail bank fraud at Capital One. She says scammers are getting smarter and more advanced. They'll use urgent language like, take action now.
Scammers know that this is a real dynamic, and that's why they are so persistent in trying to take advantage of students and their parents at this very vulnerable moment.
The Department of Education says you'll never be asked for a credit card number when filling out the FAFSA form online. If you are, that's a red flag.
It's very important to never share sensitive information that is in response to an unsolicited call, email, or text message.
If you do think you've been targeted in a scam, you can go to the Better Business Bureau's website. They have a tracking tool to report it and look up other complaints. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
If you have questions about financial aid, you can contact the Student Aid Office through the phone number and email on your screen. In other consumer news, after a disastrous logo redesign, Cracker Barrel is suspending its restaurant renovations.
In a social media post Tuesday, the Southern-themed restaurant chain said the rocking chairs on the porch, fireplaces, and gift shops will not be removed from any more restaurants. The minimalist renovation was only tested at 4 of its 660 locations. Cracker Barrel's canceled remodel comes after the company's new logo, which removed the old-timer figure and barrel, was met with backlash.
McDonald's is bringing back its popular extra value meals menu. The meal deals include some of McDonald's most popular items, including the Egg McMuffin, Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets, and the Quarter Pounder. The company says the bundles offer savings of more than 15% compared to ordering items separately. The move comes after McDonald's reported a sharp drop in low-income customers. McDonald's CEO said re-engaging that group is critical since they visit more frequently than higher-income diners. Still ahead, The Force was with one Star Wars mega fan. See how much they spent on this iconic prop at auction.
Kicking us off on the buzz, some of country music's younger stars may soon be taking home a handful of hardware. Lainey Wilson, Ella Langley, and Megan Maroney each received 6 nominations for the 59th Annual Country Music Association Awards. Zach Top picked up 5 CMA nods, while Riley Green and Cody Johnson both collected 4. The show will air live from Nashville on November 19th.
A Pokemon expansion, a Nintendo Switch 2 adventure, and a horror game that looks like a 100-year-old cartoon are all playable now.
Rick Damigella has the story in today's Game On segment.
It's time to bust some digital card packs. The Pokemon Company has released Secluded Springs for its Pokemon TCG Pocket app. The latest expansion features more than 100 new cards for players to collect. Kirby lands on Switch 2. Nintendo has released Kirby and the Forgotten Land Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. The transforming Pink Sphere's latest adventure gets an upgrade for Nintendo's newest console.
What a scary, scary nightmare. Hi, I'm Kimmick. That's my roomsie. My sweetheart video gamesy.
Do not attempt to adjust the picture. This game is presented in black and white and in 1920s animation style. Welcome to the world of Bad Cheese. The first-person horror game where you play as a cartoon mouse is playable now on PC, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox consoles. Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Finally today, Darth Vader's lightsaber, used in 2 of the original Star Wars films, has sold at auction for $3.6 million.
Prop Store Auctions says that's a new record as the highest price for a Star Wars item. The iconic prop was used in 1980's The Empire Strikes Back and 1983's Return of the Jedi. Also in the entertainment-themed auction, the bullwhip belt and holster Harrison Ford used in Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade went for nearly $500,000. If you were to have to buy a movie prop, what would it be?
I think I would want the little puppet from the Saw movies.
I would love one of those. I was thinking the Annabelle doll from The Conjuring. I am such a horror fan.
Classic.
I absolutely love it.
Perfect.
Remember, there's always more news from our team of reporters on our website, ValoVisionNews.com. That's all the time we have for today's show.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in to ValoVision News again next week.